Welcome to the Cherrywood Podcast with the lovely Simon Burridge.
And me, Rachel Burridge.
Hold it at the you've got to hold it to the camera though.
Yeah, we have. I'm going to.
It's just a
Oh, he's practicing.
yeah.
It's just I'm method acting. He's such a perfectionist.
That's it.
I can see it. Just flip that screen over.
No.
Yeah, towards us. That's it.
there
Right
you
way
go.
round for you now.
Okay.
No, you don't have to get your own face.
Okay, so let's do
No
that
one
then.
wants to see your face.
Oh,
We're going to have an
fine.
hour of that.
That's fine then. Andy Jefferson, 364 Security.
Can you go again? Because I wasn't actually recording the sound whatsoever then.
But you said go!
I haven't pushed record on here. I knew there was something.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if we sat back down and none of this was recorded?
The sound is the thing is we can still use it because the sound coming out of that I can use. It's not a problem. But we're recording now, so we're all good. We're all good.
Right.
Oh my god!
Andy Jefferson, 364 Security.
It's a good start, isn't it? You could lay it up there, look, and then we can read your name the whole time we're here. So when people are bored, they still know who it is. Is it in there? Is it in the shot?
No, not at all.
That is in the shot.
Yes,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just.
Right. So, Andy Jefferson,
Nice.
how are you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Not
Yourself?
seen you in a while. No,
it's
I'm
been a
good.
while.
I'm good. Before we start, the usual thing. We've got a sign there. Told you about it tonight. Falls down. You seen it in the
Yes.
advert. Falls down. We want to know from now when that's going to fall down.
And probably about 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
2 minutes,
Oh,
15
that's very
seconds
precise.
from
now.
now. The reason I'm clapping now on that is because the lady we had here before, which was Jenny Lynchfield, she was spot on.
Oh, within seconds, wasn't
Within
it?
3 seconds at the most. And the only trouble I'm having with that 3 seconds is I should have clapped because when she went from now
Not exactly precise.
to be she's that accurate that I need now.
You weren't expecting
we
to be
need
that
No.
close.
I need chief adjudicators in now.
You know, like those Guinness World Record people that have like the blue
That's
blazers
it,
on.
yeah.
They have to type it down.
Yeah,
Judge's
need them in
inquiry,
that.
if that comes down at 12:30 and you haven't clapped properly, it'll be a judge's inquiry.
Yeah. So is that what you said, 12:13? Because I didn't actually take
Yeah,
any
it's my
notes.
accent. It's okay. It's fine.
You can got to get closer to that mic as
Yeah,
well, you
not bad.
sexy beast. Yeah.
There you go.
You can twist it.
I don't want to cover my lovely face, you know. There you go.
You
Is that
can,
better?
or you can move yourself towards it, you know.
It's okay. I'm fine now. I'm comfortable.
That's the first bit of editing I've got to do is make his sound louder at the first 1 minute. So thanks for that.
I can shout if you want me to. I am Northern.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
That's
not
it.
exactly quiet.
I haven't warned everyone. Apologies in advance. Andy is very northern. Middlesbrough, isn't it? Middlesbrough?
It is. So if you need subtitles, that's fine. You can do that as well.
Well, I know YouTube ain't going to be able to work it out, so I may have to type these subtitles in. Right, so we've got to go with our sponsor now, Rach, because we're so famous. We've got sponsors for today. We'll be really quick. So our sponsor is Austin's Eatery, which is Station Road, Strood. Austin's Eatery used to be called Rosie Lee's Cafe, but they've rebranded and they're now called Austin's Eatery. So if you're on Just Eat, look for Austin's Eatery because you won't be able to find Rosie Lee's Cafe. There we go. Station Road, Strood. That's that one sorted out. And one thing before we get on, before we're bored with the Northern chat. Sorry, mate.
It's all right.
Is we're going to do now a question and answers session weekly, you and I. So if people send in questions, we will answer them weekly.
Oh, God.
So we're going to have a weekly guests, and there's going to... God, that sounded wrong. Did I drop a C-bomb then? No. We're going to have a weekly guest. So we have weekly guests, but we're also going to have you and I because people are liking the old husband and wife interaction.
Who'd have thought you
Are you liking a bit of?
Oh,
are you liking a
God.
bit of husband and wife interaction, Rach?
Hell no.
Can I please leave before you start doing this, though? Yeah.
That's the only reason you turned up.
Independent witness and all that.
Someone's got to film it.
Yeah, I was going to say to Phil.
Right, okay, that's gone rough. Okay, we're done now.
moving
So
on.
yeah, send your questions in to info@cherrypro.co.uk or just find us somehow. You'll find us. Just send us your questions. Anything goes with us, doesn't it, Rach?
Oh.
Like
Right,
I said,
okay.
I'll leave.
Let's move.
I'll leave.
Moving on. So Andy Jefferson of 364 Security. So here, keep your house and your property secure for every day apart from Christmas Day.
That's right. We have one day off. We'll have one day off a year. And that's coming up. So
Is
that's,
it Christmas Day?
yeah, well.
Or is it pancake
We never
day?
tell the day we have off. Not that silly.
so
Criminals will know then, won't they? Just break in the one day,
We're
won't they?
just going to have to go there, yeah.
Okay.
So tell us about yourself. Tell us about your company.
So we started probably about 2 years ago now. 364 is a company, contractors company, and we decided to make a security department for a number of different reasons. But one was we had machinery on site where we noticed that there wasn't any security on there. So my security background is probably in the past 10 years or so. It's been in the CCTV alarm industry. And I was potentially thinking of going on my own, one-man band, if you like. But 364 offered me the chance to help build a security company within a company already established in the Southeast. So that's where 364 Security came in. And yeah, we've just seemed to have took off, really. We do domestic home security, alarm systems, CCTV, commercial stuff as well, exactly the same thing. But we're trying to push more on the construction industry. Perimeter protection mainly, on monitored security, man guarding. This year now, because it's been going quite well, we're now starting to do a lot more of door access and fire stuff as well now. So we are branching out a bit more of what we do.
Door accessing. Don't know what that means.
Intercom, door entry, so like magnetic locks, touch to access, stuff like that. Intercoms, where like a block of flats, for argument's sake, you have 3 or 4 video phones in the property, so we can put all that in as well. So yeah, any kind of door entry systems that you find in commercial buildings, really.
Brilliant. Okay, so you've been
branching.
with 3644.
Probably two and a half now, 2.5 years, I reckon now.
Right.
So yeah, so I when COVID hit, I was at another company, got made redundant due to a few ongoing stuff within the company itself. Quite a few have got made redundant, fortunately. And yeah, I just spent a bit of time deciding what I was going to do, whether I was going to continue in the industry, whether I was going to continue doing something else. But I thought security is what I know, so I thought, why not want to continue doing it? So it was just a process of whether I wanted to be on my own or whether I wanted to go with someone. So 364 gave me an opportunity, and it went from there.
And how far do you reach out? So you're based in...
We're based in Kent. We're based in Chatham, obviously in Medway.
Yeah.
But we literally go all over the country. We've personally had installs over in Wales. We've had stuff up in the Midlands.
I suppose they send you up that past Luton.
Yeah, I can translate.
Past Watford.
Yeah.
Watford, not Luton.
Watford. Anything north of which is a bridge for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, send Andy, he'd be able to communicate.
No, but we literally, I mean, it's not cliche, but you go where the work is. And we have companies who specialise in the south and southeast, but if they say, Andy, would you mind doing a job in Norwich? Then we'll go to Norwich. It's all client-based, and they drive us, and if they say, can you go here, can you go there, then we're not going to say no. It's just a case of, as long as it's financially viable to go places, then we'll do it. So we ain't got a problem going anywhere, really.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Right, now, the question... Go on, mate.
I was going to say, so your background is you've been in security before? Or?
Well, yeah, obviously, I've been from Middlesbrough, obviously not from these parts. So left Middlesbrough, 15, 16-year-old, joined the military, joined the army, came down south.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you, all that patriotic stuff. Yeah, fantastic.
I only say that to him because I know he hates it.
Yeah, it's a very not so thing, especially the Americans. They hate the Americans. As soon as you see, if you talk to an American or Canadian, the first thing they say is, thank you for your service, sir. And apologies for the accent. I can't do the accents. But they're literally every 2 seconds is, thank you for your service. I'm like, why? I did it because I wanted to do it. I didn't do it because I wanted you to say thank you for it.
Yeah. So apologies to all Canadians and we know what you mean by it.
Or every other accent.
And it is very nice. No, I'm not apologising for the accent. I'm apologising for you slagging them off for actually thanking you for risking your life. That's what I'm apologising for, because it's meant in obviously the highest respect. Obviously,
I
but I know
understand that.
as a northerner, I know where you're coming. Black is black, white is white, which is just like the curtains behind you, really.
Yeah. But, I mean, we wouldn't go over to anyone that we meet over there and say, thank you for your service, would we?
That's what I mean. I've never been in London. I've never found a cockney who went up to me and went, thank you for your service, mate. Again.
I've made toilet rolls for 33 years. I've never had anyone come up to me and say, thank you for my clean arse.
Exactly. Yes. Why didn't you make 4-ply rather than 5-ply? You know,
exactly.
Yeah. So, I came down here and I was based in Kitchener Barracks, but as a rod engineer. Met the missus on let's say a night out, let's say. And 22, 23 years later, I'm still with her. We're married, 2 kids. Even though I've been based up and down the country, as a raw engineer, bomb disposal, bit of a different lifestyle, a plant operator by trade in the military. But when I left the army, it was a case of whether I wanted to continue doing plant operating or see what was out there, really. And I got offered a position as a electrician. So joined a friend's company, started learning electrics, went to college, got up to what was then called the Part P, it probably still is now, got up to Part P, and then things changed slightly in the company and moved away from that, started doing alarms, and that's it really. The rest is history from there. So 10 years later, I've just been doing CCTV alarm systems.
Yeah, well, you're keeping it boring, Andy, but I know...
I'm trying to.
I know you've got some... that's the wrong word. Boring, sorry.
I didn't You're keeping that. This really boring, Andy.
Boring.
What I'm trying to say, I was building up to praise. I mean, keeping it boring. Sorry. Oh, dear. No, I didn't mean boring. I meant you're keeping it sort of at a level, trying to low-key your life. But, Andy, you've been like a boxing champion. You're good at pole, even though the only person to beat... I've never lost to you at pole. Do you remember that? I played once and then never refused to play you again.
Yeah. No, it's just, I've had a few interesting hobbies, let's say. I've done all sorts from skydiving to being a boxer. Well, playing to being a boxer, really. I used to box for EBO. So it's
what's EBO stand for?
English Boxing Association.
Oh, right,
It was done by a very good friend of mine, Billy Harmer.
Right.
And I was his novice heavyweight champ for just before COVID. And then when COVID happened, I was meant to defend the title. Unfortunately, I had a medical thing going, which I couldn't defend the title at that time. And then after the title was relinquished, I offered to go out and regain my title. But unfortunately, COVID hit and it just never happened after that. So after that, I put a bit too much weight on now. I went from heavyweight to HGV weight. And it's a bit different now. So I tried to get back in the box. I tried to get back in the gym a few months back. My body, I'm 40-year-old now, my body just goes, nah, you're okay. So I decided to take a pool, which is a little bit less physical.
Yeah, but you're talking about COVID hit. So you're only talking 4 years ago, aren't you?
But it's amazing how much you can put on physically in 4 years. Your body, I've spent training camps 6-8 weeks at a time, training two, 3 times a day.
Wow.
It just takes out on your toll.
How did you get the time to do that? It's amateur boxing, isn't it?
It's amateur boxing, but you've got to take it serious. It's one of them where a lot of people say the same thing. I have a lot of respect for anyone who gets in the ring. Because you are, no matter what skill level you are, you have to sign a waiver saying to people that if you do technically die in the ring, it's your own fault. So you do have to know you don't play boxing. No matter what level you're at, you go in the ring. If you get punched in the head, it can hurt. You can seriously hurt other people. That's the thing. And especially I'm heavyweight, so it's... If you hit someone hard, it hurts. Vice versa.
You've not got headgear on.
No, personally, I would never use headgear. I was even sparring, which I got told off a few times. But
the thing is, sparring, mate, is hell for leather as well. It's exactly.
So is it like UFC kind of anything goes, or
UFC? I've got more respect for.
It's boxing.
Right.
Boxing. So there's rules which are far more restricted than you can't kick them.
Right. But you can in UFC.
Oh, UFC is completely different. You can do everything apart from really bite.
They've upped their rules.
And knee in the area.
Would you do that?
No.
The old school UFC was anything goes.
Yeah.
Kick them when they're on the ground, knee them in the face on the ground.
Oh my God.
But it's changed a lot. They've got to have their hands off the floor and stuff like that.
Yeah, you've got to be in control of your body all the time, and things like that. And as soon as someone looks as though they're physically hurt, they get
Ref
stopped.
jumps
Stopped.
in.
Right.
So,
So UFC is a lot more protected than it used to be.
God, yeah.
You look
Right.
at the old ones, they were just
and the
horrific.
fitness levels. I mean, in boxing, you have like what we call 3 levels of fitness. You have like training fitness, you have sparring fitness, and you have fighting fitness. So once you've reached what level you think you're at, the next level up. That was longer than 2 minutes, I must admit.
That might not be far off.
I don't know. It's definitely
It's
longer than
a
that. 2:15.
Look,
or something,
yeah.
What did you say?
2:15.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're well off. You're well
That's
away.
what I'm saying.
Not 2 hours, 15 minutes.
In my head, you said 13, but I think it was the 13 seconds. I might even have that bit wrong.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Oh, no, you're off.
Oh, you're really
Miles,
close.
yeah.
No,
And
you're
once
not.
again, well, it moved the chicken, but I just don't think we're going to get a noise out of that chicken. I may have to lie and just put a noise in over the top or
I
something.
was going to pause, edit a noise in.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
So,
yeah, pass us
going-
that. I usually stick that up here now. Not the chicken. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are on fit. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Thank you.
That's right.
So going back to your boxing,
Yeah.
have you ever had like a serious injury from it, or anything like
I've had
that,
broken
or-
eye sockets, broken knuckles. I had a good friend, still got a good friend, guy called Aaron, and we were sparring. He's a little bit lighter than me, so it's one of those where I was taking it a bit easy with him and vice versa. And as I went to throw the punch, he basically headbutted my punch, which didn't help. And just being silly, I didn't really wrap my hands correctly, properly, and next thing I know, I've broke my hand knuckle on his head.
Oh,
So he's got a head of a granite.
Oh
So
my
he was a very good
God.
boxer. But no, I fought in at Moore Park in Maidstone. Fought a very big, very experienced heavyweight at very short notice as well. And in I think the second or third round, he caught me with a shot. Luckily, didn't put me down, didn't phase me at all. But it wasn't until after the fight that I've looked in the mirror and my eye socket completely gone.
oh.
God. Is it your
so-
left one?
Yeah.
Now I look.
Yeah.
Stop staring at him.
in my lovely face. That's why I've been beaten up a few
I
times.
don't know why I think it's your left one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
left or your
I'm
left?
staring too long into his eyes.
That's it. That's my eyes are up here, by the
So
way.
what's
just-
your-
just,
Oh, that eye.
yeah.
What's your record? Are you undefeated?
No, I had 10 fights.
Yeah.
Won 8, lost 2 on points.
Oh, right. Okay.
So 6 knockouts. So it's decent score for heavyweight. Luckily enough, touch wood, I never got knocked out. Never touch a canvas in actual fighting. But yeah, it takes its toll. Like I say, once you've been hit in the head a few times, it starts to stop being nice and funny, and then it becomes a bit
Too much,
Yeah.
innit? Yeah.
So yeah, but no, I've had some fantastic. Even I learned more from the fights I drew and lost with than I ever did the winning fights, because you learn from them more.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Fury against the UFC guy? I can't remember his name. How do I pronounce his name? Do you know it?
The prime guy.
No.
Oh.
Tyson Fury against the UFC guy. Fury won
Yeah.
on points, but it was very tight. A lot of people are saying that the other guy won it. I don't think, personally, I think Fury did win on points. That's my...
I do like Fury a lot. I like his style, I like the way he is. Personally, I think he did just edge it.
Yeah.
I mean, did just edge it.
Just.
There's a few people in the understanding way. If you want to beat the champ, you have to beat the champ. It's not a case of tapping and moving away and winning by a couple of points and praying that's enough. If you go in, okay, it wasn't the champ's backyard because of where it was, but if you want to take the champ on, then you've got to destroy the champ to be proven that you've won. Because at the end of the day, when you're classed as an away fighter, you're going in there a round or two behind before you walk in the ring. It's just life.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
boxing
it.
life.
Yeah.
So if you go in a champ's backyard, you've got to...
Well, that's the same
Sure
as
you
him
can win.
against Wilder, isn't it? On the first fight, he won.
Yeah.
He won that fight. He won that
Yeah,
fight
exactly.
against Wilder,
Yeah,
but because Wilder was
100%.
already the champ,
Yeah, he never lost once to Wilder.
no,
Not
he
once.
never lost. No, never
But
lost.
he got
And
the
he
draw,
was not the fittest on that first fight either.
Nope.
He's just far better
No.
boxer.
Same as Usyk. I thought Usyk lost personally. Well, I thought what everyone called a low blow wasn't,
Who to?
in my opinion.
Oh, that last one, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was Danny Dubois, wasn't it? Was it Dubois?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
who caught him in the midriff when there's lot of talk about, was it too low, was it too high, was it smack bang on? personally, I think his waist was about the right place for hit someone there. And for him to go down the way he did, he caught him in the mid-drift. So technically, I think he lost. But he's the champ, so the champ gets a bit of extra special treatment, a bit low blow, and then he continues, and then that's it, he quit in a stool because you knew you couldn't beat him then. So that's personal opinion. Everyone's going to have their own opinion on that.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stand a chance against Fury.
Is he going against Fury?
Yeah.
Eventually. Eventually.
Next year, isn't it? Is it January?
Potentially.
Because he said December, didn't he? And then he said December, but then he put it off, didn't he?
Yes, get that mic near your mouth.
Sorry, I forgot.
Because every time you don't, I'm on there editing it. I just want this to be as simple as possible, Rach. Just stop. Either that or leave, Rachel.
Okay.
Oh, don't go. This podcast won't be the same without you, apparently.
Anyway, so going back to your training and everything like that, then did they make you? Did you have to stick to like a certain routine and then like eat certain things?
Yeah. Well, no one makes you do it because obviously it's not in the pro game. It's just down to personal opinion. I mean, when I first took up boxing, I was almost 21 stone, and I went from that down to 16 in about 6 months. So it was a case of you cut out the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You stop drinking. When I was drinking. I wouldn't say alcoholic. I wouldn't go as far as that, but I could drink, unfortunately. 3 things the military teach you: how to run, drink, and shoot. That's my personal opinion. And I was good at 2 of them. and I definitely the running. Well, the shooting and the drinking. The running, I hated running. So,
without going into too much military stuff, because I know you don't really want to. Is that a coping mechanism? Do you think?
Well, drinking.
For what you've experienced,
to probably some people, like I say, I would never ever go down the route of saying alcoholism or PTSD. Personally, for me, I know it exists for other people. So some people use it possibly to, as a coping mechanism potentially. But for me personally, everyone's different. And for me, it's a case of I signed the dotted line. I know what I was getting into. I joined the army. That's in my head. That's what I did. So other people might think it's a game, if you like. When the first time as a kid, I'm joining the army. And then I wouldn't say when the shit hits the fan, but when they then go, actually something, you're going on tour or you're going somewhere where there's a potential of things happening, people then think, actually, this is not what I signed up for. Well, yes, it was, personally. But that's me. I'm Northern. That's what I did.
Well, that's it. It's either that or the mines, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's either that or the mines.
So if you signed up knowing that this was going to happen, then that's quite a good mindset to be in.
And you were 16?
Yes, yeah. Just 16
so
boy
you
soldier.
knew from a very young age, and that's what you wanted to do?
Yeah, there's a few elements, the reasons behind why I joined up, let's say, that I won't go into personally, but I needed to get away from the Northeast. Not for like criminal reasons, nothing like that. I just thought it would be the best thing for me to get away from the Northeast.
Are you a Middlesbrough fan?
For my sins, born and bred.
That's probably why you needed to get away.
Yeah. But
I've been up there actually. I've been to away games up there, and
do you know what?
A nice bunch, the old Borough fans.
I've took a lot of friends from down south up there, and they all have Middlesbrough. To me personally, is one of the better nights out in the UK you can have.
Yeah.
But that's whether it's bias, I don't know. I mean, everyone else goes, Newcastle.
I've never been to Newcastle.
I've took a few people out in Newcastle, and they've literally said we've had a better night in Borough. Now, whether that's because I know the area better, I know where the better places are, and they just seem a bit more friendly. I think Newcastle got a lot of hype personally. Yeah. So apologies to... I'm not going to apologise because I don't care about Newcastle.
The thing is, I've been told about Newcastle. I've had Charlton fans go to a Newcastle game, got to the stadium, and then it's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the Newcastle fans have put the Charlton fans up.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that would happen in Middlesbrough as well, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine so. I mean, I purposely, under the Newcastle stadium, whether it's there, and I'm not quite sure, somebody probably say it is, there's used to be their very, very die-hard pub called the Strawberry. And I went there wearing a Middlesbrough t-shirt because it was Newcastle's away game. So I'll just go in there, see what happens. And yeah, I got a bit of banter with the people that was in there, but they've sort of left me alone a bit, but I did get some very... I didn't want to stay in there too long, let's say, in the Borough top, but Yeah, it was okay. I think a few people didn't expect me to walk in there with the Borough t-shirt, but I thought, why not? Let's stir the pot.
When I started supporting Charlton, there was at Palace. So we're talking at when you were born, 87 range. That's worrying. And we walked into a pub in Forest Hill, I think it is. Yeah, Forest Hill, and it was full of Newcastle fans. But it was our home match.
Yeah.
Hey! We had Charlton tops on, no trouble at all.
Yeah.
Just gave you a stick, just sang songs, and that was it. That's how it should be, though, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
and that's the sad thing about the divide between football and rugby. What is all that about? It's just a reason for people to just want to have a scrap. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, we when Middlesbrough came down and played Gillingham in a cup quite a few years back now. I want to say Middlesbrough did win 3-0, just saying that. But we were in the pub, which is now a takeaway kitchen place, I think it is, on the roundabout. But before the game, we were in there. A lot of Borough fans were in there before the game, just having a general drink and a laugh. After the game, obviously most people were heading back up north, so obviously I didn't, living in Chatham. So I went back to the pub, same pub, walked in there, just completely full of Gillingham fans. Now I've walked in thinking, oh, where's all the Borough lot? And there's no one there. I've walked the bar and everyone's went, yeah, you wear better than us today. There's nothing we can say. Do you fancy a beer? I was like, yeah. And I actually give the guy behind the bar one of my spare Borough t-shirts to put up in the ceiling. But unfortunately that place is now shut down. So, But yeah, no, Gillingham fans were, again, they didn't really give us any kind of stick and vice versa. It's just
how it should be. It should be, mate, really.
Us Gillingham fans.
Oh, you're not. Are you a Gillingham fan or are you a Charlton fan? You're a bit of both, aren't you?
I'm Swedish. No,
you're Swedish?
I was about to say Swedish.
I'm Swedish. I'm Switzerland.
I wish you were.
I'm in between because obviously you now have influenced Ted and it is a Charlton household.
My son's my team.
But I was always grown up to obviously support Gills, go to Gills. I worked at Gills. So it's a bit like, so I'm Switzerland. So I'm in the middle.
I don't mind going to see Gills. I go with your dad every now and then to see them. I've sat at the home end watching Charlton game.
Yeah. And every time they score, they were like,
son sitting on our hand.
You can't sit down.
Yeah, but they done us in the FA Cup, didn't they, just now? So I can't say too much. Charlton are in a bit of a weird situation at the moment. That's boring. Let's not talk about football too much. Well, we're not. We're talking about Charlton. That's not football at all. Right, so let's talk a bit more about, I suppose we should talk about your work a bit more.
Yeah, can you?
I suppose we should. So there's a couple of divisions, isn't there? Or is it just 364 contractors as well?
Yeah, so the 364 contractors at our company, we're basically a building contractors company, civils company. So we'll literally do anything from driveways, patios, extensions, up at DPC, damp-proofing. We will do painting, decorating, anything in the building trade basically is what the 364 contractors team does. And yeah, they've been doing that now successfully for probably 5-6 years, if not longer now. So you've got Darren Harold and Billy Harmer, who are the managing directors of 364. And we've got 3-4 gangs out doing the bits and pieces of the work and stuff. So they're going from strength to strength, really. We've got some new clients this year that are really going to push us on, hopefully, next year as well. So when my guys are not doing the installs or we're quite quiet on my side of the division, I've got they take over my guys. And vice versa. Obviously, when we got the bigger installs, 15, 16 cameras plus installs, I think a few of their guys to help us run cables, put fixings up and things like that. So we work quite well together as a department, as a company. But yeah, Billy and Darren, they've really worked hard to get the company where it is now. To a state now where, going back to football, we've now taken over the sponsorship of Chatham Football Club. So I wouldn't say take over, sorry, that's a bit extreme. That's a bit extreme.
That's successful, they've taken over.
We're taking over. No,
honestly, I did the photo shoot for you on the day.
That's right, yeah, you did, yeah.
And I've done a video for you, promotional video.
That's right,
364, which good day, enjoyed that. Yeah. What was I going to say? It's a really nice ground. I was really impressed with their ground.
They're going places. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've gone from nearly nothing, if you like, to a club that's gone place. They want to be a proper league team in the next 5-6 years, I think. So they smashed the Eastman League last year. This year, I think that's currently, as this is going out, they're second in the league. And yeah, they're going quite nicely. They've got a couple of decent players where are either like ex-top pros or they're on the way up to being pros, like the really good pros. So yeah, they're doing quite well, and to have our name alongside some of them as well, which is good.
You got your names by the dugouts, and so when they're on telly, they're by
that's it. So when you see the manager ranting and raving, you see 364 security behind them.
Do you feel you've benefited from that? Have you got any way of gauging that?
It's very difficult. I mean, it's things like there's bigger names for security companies out there which people have heard of. Like say we also do like doorbells, installations, things like that as well. Again, I'm not going to name the name, but everyone heard of the company who does doorbells. So it's brand recognition. That's all we're really after at the moment. So we want people to think, oh, if you've heard of a family or friend who's had a break-in, for argument's sake, I'll get into a 364. And that's the name that we want people to start using, rather than some of the other bigger names who are going to, quite frankly, rip people off. There's been a lot of things, especially past few months, about one company in particular, let's say, who are, I'm sure they are doing things not quite right. So, and it's been on BBC One, Pharmacy and Watchdog, they did a hidden camera thing about the sales techniques and what they were doing. And yeah, it gives the industry a bit of a bad name. And people want to then go cheap and cheerful. Oh, they ring you up and go, oh, I've looked at Amazon, I've looked at, my friends give me this camera, can you put it up? No, I'm sorry. We're a professional installation company who give you proper advice and give you the best solution for you, rather than what they want to sell you. What's not on what a company's not selling at the moment in the warehouse. Oh, we'll sell a lot of them this week.
Yeah.
No, we've come and find out what you want. And then we store what you want, what your budget is, what you want. I mean, we literally go for anything from low-end spec up to thousands of pounds for cameras. So it's literally finding that level of what the customer wants and then providing that service, which within 364 in general, not just my department in the construction side, our level of service is what we pride ourselves on. Because at the end of the day, if I've literally had phone calls from elderly people, for argument's sake, who said, would I mind putting one camera up? Well, absolutely, not a problem at all. And they go, oh, well, this other company there were trying to give me this, trying to give me that, trying to sell me this. I'm like, no, I'll happily do that if you need it. But if you only need one camera and you only want one camera, we put one camera up. And from that one job, we did her sons, we did her cousins and nephews, and one job becomes 3 or 4 that this other company could have easily had if they'd have walked in and listened to the customer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where we pride ourselves, really.
That's good. We do a similar thing. It's been mentioned before, isn't it? When we film a wedding, we let the kids have a cheaper an older camera. We let them. Great idea.
Or
we let them play around with it. We let them film people.
Yeah.
And then the interaction with them and the family is amazing anyway.
Yeah.
You know, we had one go around interviewing people, didn't we?
Yeah.
But the weddings we got from that one family, just because we did that little act, that good deed,
What,
you know, and
3 weddings, I think.
we're 4, I think we had 4 weddings from that one little deed that we did.
Yeah, I completely understand. I mean, we do the farmers market. It's something which is a bit niche. Obviously, farmers market's more food and drink and what goes in the local produce, if you like. But they offered us a chance to be a bit different and just get, again, brand recognition. So we have a stall there, the farmers market Aylesford every month. So come down and see us, come and say hi, meet the team. And yeah, we have a setup there where there's a camera looking out into the general public area. It's not recording, nothing like that, but it does, when people walk past it, it triggers the camera. It makes a sound, lights flash and things like that. So the kids, we put the mouse out, kids can literally highlight the face, they can scroll in, they can scroll out. Okay, it's a CCTV system, but kids find it fascinating just to see flashing lights, draws attention. We've got a lovely little face board that people stand beside and take pictures, like if at the beach type of thing. It's it's all about just getting brand recognition. People see you. We've had quite a few installs from that, and especially people going past the following month, going, I was meant to ring you, I was meant to speak to you, because I've seen you again. They know you're not just a fly in the wall. They can just see you 1 minute and then you're gone. We are there every month. Whether we chat to one person or 100 people, to us, as long as people walk past, they're seeing 364, they're going to chat them to see 364, they speak to people like yourselves, now they go online to see 364. It's all about kitting that name in your head. And then hopefully, like say, people have an install, see how we'd like, and then go, oh, I recommend these, and then it just goes from there.
Oh,
brilliant.
It's the branding that does it, right? So as soon as anyone, do you do any other marketing?
We obviously have like flyers and email stuff that goes out, but it's difficult because it's a fine line of, do you want to be that doorstep flyer person who wants to, and you get people putting their little signs window saying no cold callers and things like that.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, where do you get your clients from if you're not putting leaflets through people's doors? So things like this is a fantastic platform for ourselves to try and speak to people and say, get to know us if you like. Like I say, the amount of advice I just give, whether people listen to it is beside the point. Whether people still go to the companies that everyone's heard of, beside the point. But I've had people literally at the farmers market ranting at me about a particular company, again, that everyone's heard of, saying, oh, we've been conned, we've been paying £2,000 up front, X amount a month every month, and if we want to cancel a termination contract, I'm like, and you do know the gear is not yours.
Yeah.
You technically are hiring the gear, and we don't do that. We give you a quotation, we install it, it's yours.
Yeah.
Done. Unless you want us back for a maintenance, which we do, fantastic. If you don't have a warranty with us, and then go from there. So it's getting people to realise that cheap is not the best option. Not all the time. And yeah.
Do you get a lot of people phone you up after the event?
Yes.
Like after, if they've been burgled or broken into? And
we use like LinkedIn and other social media platforms, if you like, to promote. But the problem with the security industry is, especially the construction side, which we want to specialise and go on even more, is it's a very reactive company process, if you like. You give someone a quotation, they'll go, oh no, I don't know. I don't know if we can budget for that at the moment.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, not a problem. I'll speak to you later then. And then 2 or 3 months later, yeah, and we've had a 12 grand dumper nick from site. Really? So the whole of my contract wouldn't have even been that.
Yeah.
And that's a 3 or 4 year contract.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, we need now security. What, now monitor protection? Yeah, monitor protection. So fruit on the phone, the apps, the monitoring stations, the call out, patrol company. But it's now, when the horse is bolted, it's well, you're not going to get a 12 grand machine back now.
Yeah.
That's it.
So they're having to pay out for that and now your stuff as well.
I mean, luckily, one of our new clients, he saw the benefit of our system because they had a break-in, which we caught on camera. The monitoring station spoke to one over the camera. You can see him physically on the video, look up at the camera and go like, oh, what's all this about? Because they were actually talking to him. They then obviously left site, stole a chipper machine. But by the time he'd hooked a chipper machine to his vehicle and drove out the front gate, the police were there. So he literally ran the following morning saying, what a fantastic system you guys have got in place. Without you, I wouldn't have known this chipper had gone. Yeah. And the police were there. Luckily, the police were literally up the road anyway, and they got the call saying they're having a break-in. But he literally said we don't know the value of your system until we have a break-in.
Use it, yeah, of course.
Because obviously, otherwise, it's just inferior, just a big expense to have a security system. But that's what's there for deterrence. So.
Because these sites tell you what they've had nicked, but there's so much equipment on site. I bet they don't even know half of what's been nicked.
I mean, fuel is one other big one. Fuel, which when we did our video,
that's right,
one of the highlights of our video that we did with you guys was the red diesel's now stopped. It's now white diesel, and obviously white diesel is everyone cars. That didn't help the construction industry, let's say, from changing from red to white. Again, politics, I don't understand what all that was about, but it's made fuel theft on site probably one of the biggest problems. So when we do our surveys, it's a case of, right, where's your stores area? Where's your diesel area? Where do you park your machines at night? Because, okay, they might have something a little bit more away from the compound that's easy to get and break, but they're probably going to steal next to nothing from them. It's the stores, it's the plant, it's the machinery. I mean, a broken fuel cap on a machine, to the person who's doing it, they couldn't care less, but it's £100, £200 to fix a fuel cap. So, and that's before they take the fuel out. So yeah, it's more of what they can potentially take from a site which is easy to get hold of for them, which we protect really. So.
Brilliant. And do you think our video has benefited your company?
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen the video.
I've literally had emails saying, your video, we've seen what you do. It's a very, very transparent what we do. Because, I mean, I joined networking. I can't reach it from there. It's very transparent. I mean, it's always saying when people drop an email, can you do this, can you do that? Yeah, no problem. We install cameras. Bottom line, we install cameras and security systems. I can say, oh yeah, we put this system in, blah, blah, and you're going to go, what? So the video shows exactly what we do. Yeah. And then we do quite a few networking groups. And when we do our presentation, I've literally had the guys in the room say, that I know exactly what you do now because that video shows exactly what you do. And it shows the monitoring stage of it. It shows installing the systems. And yeah, it's always saying, we install a camera, but you don't see the other side of it, like the route planning of cables. You don't see other things that people don't realize. I just want a camera up. Great, but are you going through a steel beam? Have we got an external cable? It's just all things that come into it. But the video that we did with you guys was fantastic, yeah.
Brilliant. And what you do? Did you show it on your website?
So on our website, on my LinkedIn, we repost it probably every few weeks just to keep people... again, I keep saying it all the way through brand recognition. If people keep seeing it, I want people to look at the video and go, God, them again.
Yeah.
Because if they go on them again, they know us.
They know,
and they've heard of us.
Yeah.
If they go, I've never seen that video, then great, they watch it. If they go, I don't need to see a video, scroll past it because they've seen the video. Fantastic. So I'd rather people...
But when you're on social media and you're scrolling through, what do you stop at? You stop at
you stop at videos.
videos.
Yeah. Anything visual catches your eye.
And that's where we come in, ladies and gentlemen. If you need a video.
That's why we're getting you back to do more stuff for us as well.
That's it, yeah. Oh, I'm gutted about the banger racing. So they want us
We
to
need to
film
confirm the
banger
dates,
racing.
but yeah, we're going to get you
Looks like
guys
we've
to come
got a
do
wedding
some
on the
stuff.
same day as the banger racing.
Is that?
I know.
That's in
And
May.
I phoned up the couple. They won't change the wedding date.
Well,
No, you didn't.
Bang out of order.
No pun intended.
Yeah. So yeah, we was going to film a banger racing weekend for you, and
yeah.
because we got the podcast now, we could have gone up there and done a podcast up there
Well,
and
yeah.
interviewed them. It'd have been a laugh, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
damn it.
Our MDs are having a little treat for themselves, let's say. So they've got a couple of cars. One of them hasn't done racing for quite a while,
So they're actually racing them
they're actually physically racing themselves.
Oh my
yes,
God.
yes. Darren and Bill have got themselves, I think, 2 Rolls Royces, I do believe.
Really?
Honestly, I've seen these get ripped apart. It was heartbreaking to watch a Rolls Royce that back in the day was a very, very nice car. And it's just
What,
been
like V12s?
stripped. I'm not quite sure. I'm not really a in-depth car person, but it was to watch this thing get stripped back to a bare shell was like, I reckon for a very enthusiastic car person was probably heartbreaking.
What did they do with it? What did they do? They sell on what they've ripped off?
Scrap, get rid of it.
Man.
Yeah, it's just completely. It's literally back to the exact shell, and then built up with a
Steel body.
steel body cage inside. Yeah, then just go out and trash it.
You're not racing.
No, not this one. And potentially going forward, I might do a couple of races for them. But this was their thing, and they want to do it. So fair play to them. They've got a bit of guts to drive around. I do worry about one of the directors, but I'm not going to say which one. I do hope he.
And you got no information on this that you can tell anyone about where it is, at least. Then
At the
people know
moment,
date.
no. Probably by the time this comes out, I'll be able to put a little link about when it is and link it to it. So we do believe it's in April, May, and one of the weekends in April and May. But
Whereabouts?
I'm not quite sure.
You did tell me a location. I
Not
did have it written down
100%,
somewhere.
but I will confirm back to you.
Okay. Brilliant. Excellent. Is that all we need from you? Anything else you need to say?
No,
You know.
thanks for giving us the invite to come and have a chat with you guys.
Yeah. And there's obviously more stories we get out of you, but usually when you're drunk.
Maybe later.
when the camera's off.
That's it.
You've
Podcast
been
part
very
2.
sensible. And I've had poker nights with you, which you
Yes.
arranged for someone to bring shots around every 15 minutes, which
Oh my God.
my brain and bank account has never forgiven you for.
Yeah. And we won't go into why there was a guy standing on his head in the toilet trying to get something out of his throat.
That was
We won't go
that
into
was
that.
innocent. That was innocence. He had rice stuck in his throat.
Who was that in the end?
I can't say who
remember.
it was.
We can't name
We don't want
names.
to name him. Don't want to embarrass the guy, but he knows who he is.
Not from the electrical company.
Yeah,
no.
it's an electrical. He's an electrician, so
Yes, yes.
that says it all. He's got rice stuck down his throat, and regulars were coming in.
Regulars?
From the pool club.
Oh, I thought you went to the toilet.
We played poker. We had a nice poker, well-arranged poker night. It's brilliant. They did us food and everything at a pool club in Chatham. And regulars were coming into the toilet and finding us holding this guy upside down, trying to shake rice out of his throat. And we're all drunk. It took an hour. It took an hour though, didn't it?
Yeah,
It finally got
yes,
cleared.
yeah.
It took an hour, and he was like, I can't. It's just there. It sounded like he had one of those voice box things on, didn't it?
It was a
And
very
we were trying to help
interesting
him,
night.
but
So no one did the Heimlich or anything?
Oh, they
We
tried.
tried it
We
all.
tried
We tried it
everything.
all.
He was jumping up and down for 10, 15 minutes. Like a kangaroo.
But we were so pissed. We were pissed that we were trying to help him and laughing at him at the same time.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It was good. Well worth.
Good night, yeah.
Well, we've been out for Christmas before, and again, the shots came around then, and it was like the pink ones or the green ones. And it was what?
It's all the
That was his fault.
rainbows. Yes, it was him, wasn't it?
My fault.
No, Northerners,
Back to being an alcoholic again, isn't it?
Just love getting the Southerners pissed. That's all it is.
That's it. Watching you guys crawl around everywhere.
Right. Got any details? 365 emails, that sort of thing.
365?
Oh, 36. Sorry, that's the company it works
to
at
square
extra day.
one.
I do forgive me.
Yeah. So again, and Jeff's on LinkedIn. All our details are on there. We've got a website, www.364contractors.co.uk. And that's pretty much it. I mean, everything else on our Facebook pages, on our LinkedIn pages. You see what we're up to, what we're doing, and we regularly post on there. So you see, I mean, last thing we posted literally yesterday was we did a fire install for a company in London. So we got another fire consultancy person coming to help us design and put some more pieces in for them. So he was very, very happy with that. So yeah, it's everything we do is out there really, and we don't really hold back, and we show everything that we do.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Great having you. Nice to see you again.
And you, sir.
You know, Northern mate. We share the same birthday.
Yes, and
just
Hulk
so you
Hogan
know.
as well.
Yes, the same as Joe Rogan, same as Hulk Hogan.
Child
You know, a wrestler just like us, hard men just like us, Andy. And,
like you.
Us?
Like you.
Yeah, just like us.
Us?
And also
He's
a
sitting there in his
podcast.
Pink
Just
t-shirt.
popped himself out.
Pink. And also a podcast
For people
legend
not
like
watching, he
Joe
just popped
Rogan.
himself out.
So yeah.
This is just a roast for Simon.
I'm trying to praise up the mighty Joe Rogan for his podcast and the fact that he's lucky to have the same birthday as us too. And
That's
Hulk
it.
Hogan. Yeah. Ooh, brother.
just a few years behind you though, so I'm all right.
Yeah. What are you 10 years behind me, aren't you?
Yeah,
What are you, 39?
I'm 27 plus VAT.
Get out of it.
No, 40-year-old this year. I was 40 this year, so it's not
Oh,
big
so
one
you're
this year.
9 years behind.
Yes.
Yes,
Exactly.
getting old, unfortunately.
That's weird though, isn't it? You know, you see someone in the street and you think, oh, I'm not sure about that person. But if he's either got the same first name as you or the same birthday, you're automatically best friends, aren't you? It's sad, isn't it? It's sad.
So let's go
he could
back.
he could go badger baiting for all we know, this person. But if he's got the same first name as and birthday.
Right, so let's go back to the start of that sentence. You see a guy and you're not sure. So is that how you felt? When you
He couldn't stand me. He couldn't understand the word I said. He
Mate.
just didn't get
Look at
on.
him. Look at him. You're not going to warm to him.
You walk across the street from me, don't you, normally?
You're not going to warm to him unless you've got the same birthday or the same first name. You know, that's why Hitler's got no mates. Do you know anyone else called Hitler? There you go. And he's dead.
That took a very different swing, didn't it?
Blimey. And on that note.
Anyway, so that's it. We're done, mate. Thank you very
Lovely.
much.
No, thanks for having me.
Enjoyed that. And like I say, we're going to do a question and answer session, mate, which you didn't know
God,
about.
I didn't know. This is
You've
the
been
first
stuck
I've
in
heard.
London all night and just rolled in. So yeah, we're going to do that. And sponsors again are Austin's Eatery, which
AKA.
used to be Rosie Lee's Cafe on Station Road, Strood. Thanks very much. Do you want to say something before we go?
Bye.
Yeah, that'll do. Brilliant. Thank you.
No worries.
Enjoy it.